Get ready to witness the unyielding power of the Cayenne Ultratank. Join us on a heart-pounding journey as we push this unstoppable machine to its limits through unforgiving terrain. Watch as we navigate through the impossible, guided by precision and pure audacity, in the heart of the untamed forest. A video full of pure adrenaline and off-road mastery awaits you with the Cayenne Ultratank. Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Today we're embarking on that one adventure where I don't want to change a thing. And here is Ivan. He's the only one, as I mentioned in our private chat. He's the conscientious member of our team, the one who's really feeling it today. The rest of us? Well, we're just here for a casual joyride, to unwind a bit. As for me, I'm not even bothering with dressing up. I'm just in a t-shirt, sneakers and jeans. Of course, we've got our trusty overalls with us, just in case. But for some reason I have this unwavering confidence in our machinery. You see, despite appearances, everything is the same. But the most experienced among us have noticed that the front windows are down now. They actually go down. Everything's working. Starts with the turn of the key, no warning lights, turn signals, horn, it's all in order. The windows go up and down too. The lights, they're shining as they should. The interior lights come on as they should. The trunk opens just fine, and there are handles on the doors. The headliner, well, that opens properly too. Even the sunroof works like a charm. Everything is just perfect in this car now. Now, speaking of Ivan, we've fine-tuned the suspension, but for some reason people tend to be skeptical about that. They think we're just tweaking a few bolts and trying to go out again. But as the practice has shown, this is what drives the whole project towards success. You think everything stays the same, but it's not true. We've got different springs this time, with a different level of stiffness, and it really works. We've proven it multiple times now. We also have proper drive shafts at the back, not those welded custom sticks on the drive shafts. So no more tearing and high friction on the friction plates, which mean no more wheel spin. Regarding what some folks in the comments were saying, those people who are less informed might suggest, put a differential lock. Well, here's the thing. We don't need a differential lock, because we don't even have a differential. Before one track would spin, while the other stayed put, because there wasn't enough pressure on the friction plates. They just slipped. Now we've increased the pressure to the same level as Bentleys, where they don't slip, and everything's fine. You might be wondering why we're riding in just one car instead of a Bentley. Well, the Bentley's engine, as you can see, is over there on the table, along with the 5-liter supercharger. Unfortunately, something has likely gone wrong with the oil, and you know, when oil and pumps are involved, bad things can happen. You'll see more about it in the upcoming videos. In short, it's not looking good, but it should be back soon. So today we've got the Cayenne. It's ideal for this kind of off-road driving. We really want to tackle this route because honestly, it feels like there is nothing else holding us back. As usual, we didn't film this part, naturally. Ivan went ahead and we didn't see what happened. It's a bit unclear how it all went down. But it did. And it was pretty intense. Were you just skidding at the moment or driving normally? Well, initially you found what you were looking for. Well, that's easier now because Ivan drove through, came back and tried to mess it up somehow. He was doing it wrong, driving on the sides, getting stuck in one place, and that's when it happened. Now the important thing is to understand if she can recover on her own. In the midst of what might seem tragic, we see opportunity because we know exactly how to avoid this next time. We're already on the second or third series, and the idea is that we need to create a catcher system. In the previous episode, we explained how we have a rear bash bar that prevents the track from slipping inside. The same story applies to the front. We have our front bash bar, and it prevents the track from slipping. However, since the construction isn't perfect yet, as you can see, the tracks still come off. So we need to move the catcher closer to the track to ensure it catches right away when it starts coming off. Secondly, we need to lower the bash bar a bit, essentially turning it into sloth claws. That way the track will self-align. If we perfect the bash bar and the front bash bar, essentially turning them into catchers that prevent the tracks from slipping inside, we'll have a self-correcting immortal design. In such situations, all that'll be left is to switch to reverse or first gear, depending on your experience and the vehicle's position, and just drive. And then the catchers will themselves guide the track where it is necessary, and most importantly, do not let them go of the rear sprocket and the catcher. We have the wrong bash bar now. We didn't know about it, it wasn't obvious at the beginning when it was created. It was created for a different purpose, to be honest, but it just happened. This one here, it is already broken inside, obviously. And now the second one is broken. Again, there is no strategy in this, because the tracks will be redone in the next iterations. Because literally next week, we're making the third Ultratank. It begins to be made, where there will also be another Caterpillar track bed in it. It will have the same step, only these pyramids will be made higher, and accordingly this sole here will be narrow. Thus we will get a more aggressive and narrower pattern, which should be in theory extremely positive. But that's all in the next episodes. At this stage, we see that we just need catchers which are not here. By the way, in ordinary armored vehicles, just the hull of the boat itself repeats the Caterpillar a little bit. The hull of the boat's belly always goes much lower. That is, if the Caterpillar has positive buoyancy, then as a rule you need displacement. So you lower your belly here. That is, now we have 60 centimeters of clearance, and usually it is 40. That is, the belly sags so much, and it goes along the roller. Here all this located as tightly as possible, so that it also works like catchers. In our case, we'll make it either tubular, and it will be in the next iteration, then the boat will also go denser just to the track. Cool? So let's go. So what? I'm driving. Now it's happened. We're driving. I want to go faster, but I'm worried. I have a GoPro on the roof, everything is fine. GoPro on the roof won't survive a damn thing right now, please. I believe that. It's good that you can drive a Cayenne and look up and not under the wheels. So, well, let's torture it here. Everything was done wrong, absolutely. Everything is fine. I'm trying to kill it as much as possible, especially jump to right on its side, from a place where there were no traps. See what happens. Right now I need to drive specially straight, wrong, like that. I won't steer anything, I'm lazy. I'm tired. We're on our own way right now. The dog knows where we're going. GoPro is about to collapse again. I don't use the steering wheel, I don't care. I'm just going along the route. I'm a talented jipper. The track itself straightens me out here. Nothing needs to be done. Well, the water was pumped out, of course. Look, I'm not driving. Just a little bit, let's do this here. I hit a tree with my back heel. I'm driving across the track. I just do everything as crookedly as possible. Generally disgusting. GoPro is in place. Well, like we're going. At the same time, no one gives up, doesn't take off their shoes. The track flew off because the car was moving backwards. Again, the catcher system. We're already thinking about this for the third series. We've seen how it works great with the back. But when moving backwards, some bullshit happens. It's unpleasant, but most likely we understood why it is. So we ended up at the first hurdle, after all, where we will enter our super high step. Now everything will happen. So, well, this is the first time I'm going to drive through it all. I will try minimally, but include a hat, but still include it. Now there is more to turn around. A little more right, something like that. Like that, yeah? The same way? Well, probably. Are we going to buckle up? I can't either, the belts are jammed. Why bother? Easy game. Well, Dad sat down. There is no fear. There is no fear. Dad. We get two dads. No, it's impossible, in short. The founding fathers, let's say so. Yes, one did, the second is trying to break. It's the perfect team. Now that's it. The boss is defeated. Well, now it's, you see, has been patched up. It has become more gentle this step. Then that's it. The next life will be on the first stream. It was easy. So, okay, the first stream, it's really dried up now. It won't help me, it won't help, don't try, yes. The first stream, it has dried up, so we will definitely pass without any problems. We also drove along that muddy road, as you saw, and in fact didn't fail. Just first stream. What's the difference? Yes, we still needed more moves, yes. No, we need to move. We need to move here. Everything is classic so far. We don't sit down, we don't sleep. That is where now it's just going to the right and climbing in. An hour and a half and we're there, I'm telling you, everything will be fine. Suddenly, we already have 7 hours and 15 minutes of time. Here because it started raining, then we started eating, then we almost, it doesn't matter, back and forth. In short, the idea was born to increase the tension of the tracks, after all. Because due to the installation of new springs, which are angrier than the old ones, it was moved from the maximum tension by 2/3. By 1/3, or rather more precisely, from the maximum. And there is a possibility that, because of this, we had both the first gathering and what didn't happen. Therefore, now we are pulling both slots to a tension of 2/3, but not full, because there is still a third hole. But it is simply not possible to reach it now. There is not enough effort of the tensioner. The tensioner looks exactly like this, if anyone was interested. Other springs are on all branches. The springs raise the suspension higher. Naturally, the tension of the common track increases. We need to test it. We do not exclude the possibility that this config with springs is not the best at all, and that the previous springs, although the technique was lower, and the tensioners was further away, it was even better. There were questions. In any case, there will be experiments now. And despite 7 p.m., so far there is still a little bit of a fuse to move on. We continue. We continue. Look, the work is going on. Great. What's up? Yes, they are filming me. So we continue. There is some terrible obstacle here. It's a pity we passed it, and unfortunately did not see anything. Come on, damn, you're just ecstatic inside. In general, I can tell you. There is just the sky constantly in the windshield. Nothing is clear. I just regretted that I sat inside. And then there will be boredom. Oh, wait. Oh, guys, inside the back is generally, guys, some kind of 5D attraction. What's going on? Where are you? Yes, I'm standing near the place where the logs were just felled. The fire pits, where it was very hot in this very place just yesterday, because it's kind of light here. But when such places are on the route, it's always a disaster. They lose the track. It was powerful. No, they didn't lose the track. Just a little. The back one got off as well as usual. Just death. The right one has not yet fully put on, but it didn't get off either. Try to drive straight as much as possible. Try not to steer now. The track is fine. Okay. It was very hot. What a very strange place looks like. That is, there is a main detour here, but you see how narrow it is, it's square. Even some Laplanders with 42 won't fit here anymore. There will not fit respectively and Bentley. Therefore, there is a room for white. But as you understand, white as a rule everything is very heavy, and all this has been delayed. These are such detours that are actually very bad. And there will be some kind of abyss right into hell. But I'll watch it from there. This is with our clearance, and here it is necessary to turn out. No, that's it. Turn around. That's it. I think it's the end. Yes, it's better. Let's do it again. No, 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 everything is strictly straight ahead. Don't turn at all. And at this point we gain lag ground hooks because the track slides. It will not catch on the clay. She strikes it like a palm, respectively, and even when the car goes down, the blocked track just slides away. It will not catch on the ground. That is, there are not enough ground hooks. That will be in the next track. But that's okay. So, what kind of floor do we have? 4 in the back row, 3 in the front row, 2 in the trunk. Nikitos and me. But we will have a panoramic roof in the form of a piece of glass, because we need to go further. It's a shame if I made a mistake and there is a ditch 100 meters away. But we're definitely going to the finish line. It's already 8:30. It's unbearable. We climb inside. Hey guys. So, that's it. It's just the most exciting place here. Yes? And the shaking will be there. That's an off-road. It's you guys who are happy to see me. I thought in Cayenne the plastic is soft. I'm really scared up. Nikita, forgive me for being angry with you sometimes. I didn't know we'd have to die together. We're going full load. How many of us here? 8. 16 people in the car. Oh, touched a little bit. We're checking now. Hold on. Sensors. Everything is placed, Chief.
A few minutes later.
Suddenly, this is the final stop. We can't go through because... And because there you look further. And it doesn't have any detours. It's all quite fresh. There are no footprints here. You look over there. That is there. Everything is like this. Here, there are a lot of footprints here on foot. People just like us passed. Not a single detour, fallen trees. And this is the end of the route. It looks like everyone here has already run out of chainsaws, gasoline, and we ran out of gas in the chainsaw. Look at this, it's all quite fresh. There are no detours here. That is there, everything, as far as the eye can see. Trees have been felled. Not in this direction of the river. That's where you go. Nowhere. Not the slightest trace. Nothing, you just look at how everything is messed up here. And it looks like just a couple of days ago. This is very unexpected. I kept thinking, when you take a chainsaw, what's included with it? You can usually take more gasoline with you. But you never do that, because that's how much you have to saw to end it. You just imagine. People saw the trees and saw, and you just can't go any further. No one drove further. That is, if we go here, right here, that's all in the footprints. These are not our tracks. Here everything is trampled by other people. We're in the middle of... There was a storm recently, and we're in the middle, it seems, of the epicenter itself. Everything just turned the whole forest around here. Such cool birches that are broken just from above. And... this is the finish, guys. But in any case, we proved a lot of interesting things. After analyzing the situation, we have established for sure that the track flies off only when the equipment, already with the caterpillar that has begun to peel off, begins to move back. And even the very first time, when the track came off, when no one was around, Ivan made a series of movements down the hill, back and forth. And apparently on one of the downward movements, in fact, this is how the track came off. Because even then we saw on camera that as if the car got up, something happened there, the track and so on. And the track began to get off from behind, but not to give a reverse motion, but just to keep moving forward. It tripped back. All these almost negative phenomena can be removed. We just need to make more advanced catchers. We have already discussed this both from the back and from the front. Their secret is known, and everyone has such catchers. On most Soviet military equipment, because there are catchers, you just don't always see that the catcher is a catcher. Often the catcher is the body itself. That is, our next Ultratank will be with positive buoyancy. That is the lower part, which provides the most positive buoyancy, and this lower part itself can serve as a catcher. It can prevent the track from getting inside with its walls. As you can see, we have all the situations today in which the track peels inside. The track does not come off because we have new removable stars. That is, you can just make other stars entirely from the same high molecular, very dense polyethylene, and that's it. The problems will be solved. That is, the track does not come off outside because here is a special nozzle, and it will not get off inside because there are more developed catchers that will fix this process at the very beginning, and the track will not get off. It seems like everything is clear. Plus, as you understand from the story of the first stream, which we did not pass and went around, we need high ground hooks, and in general, yes, they need higher ones. But even with all this, progress is obviously evident, and it is completely clear what to do next. Let me remind you, Cayenne will go for sale here. That is, it is being finalized now, it is already fully functional. You still need to adjust the suspension, make catchers, a couple of test drives, understand that it is imperfect, but it is already quite worthy of driving, say in winter without any problems. Either in the fall or in the winter, how we will roll back the first tests with it in the snow, torment him well, we will sold it for some 6 million rubles. Otherwise, it is obvious where to go, it is obvious what to do. If the route did not end up like a broken forest, just some hardcore was passing, we would have been photographed today at the end of the route on the bridge and would have put a point that, yes, our caterpillar, this route can pass. Right here with minimal stress, which can be avoided if you just go in the driver and co-driver format. It's easy to bludgeon it all with a co-driver, and then everything is passable. I guarantee, even on this track, even in such an imperfect config. And just so that Ultratank doesn't disappear for a long time, you'll ask where it was. We decided to do this checkout, and indeed, there are some developments that we tested today. We will still make an active tensioner, because today we're full loaded, the suspension branches have set down a little, plus the car has fallen somewhere on its side, the geometry is still completely compressed, and so that the tension of the track doesn't weaken, there will be a tensioner that is still on the spring, most likely just it moves forward and retains the necessary tension. Otherwise, everything seems to be fine, the friction gun no longer slips, we proved everything, adjusted it a little more on the go. So Cayenne is just very cool. In the next series, I just don't know when it will be released, we will tell you about the 5-liter engine, and we'll make the same necessary changes with Bentley. It's all very slow, it all takes a very long time, but you understand that these years of development are moving us further and further and further. This is the most important thing, that success is inevitable. And we get some kind of specific design of our own, different from Soviet models, and it really works. In comparison with other tracks, it really already rides cool, and we will definitely fix its mistakes soon. I think success is inevitable. See you in the next series. Thank you so much for watching this one. Good luck and bye.